Hi guys, just giving you guys another opportunity to let you know that we recently dropped the new kit. The latest kit, SCENTCLUB Kit 15 here, as you can see. I felt like we dropped this at a time when it was really busy with a lot of activities going on last weekend. The kit was originally supposed to drop a week before, but we wanted to get it out there, and then turned out Father's Day and there's so much going on everywhere. So I'm giving you the opportunity to let you know about the kit once again in case you missed our notifications in my video announcing the kit. So kit number 15 has just dropped, and I'm going to go over the fragrances with you here in this video. So we have 3 awesome fragrances that I've recommended on the channel. And the first one is Blue Whiskey on the Rock in an old-fashioned glass, a boozy fragrance from the house of PROAD. We have TAIPEI by One Day, a savory gourmand fragrance. And finally, it's Filthy Musk from Born to Stand Out. Let me know your thoughts on these fragrances. Was this too much of a daring kit? Either it was just really busy with activities last weekend, as I said, or maybe the fragrances haven't appealed to you guys. But I highly recommend these 3 fragrances. They're really great fragrances. I've recommended them on the channel, as I said. But the first fragrance is a Thai house from Thailand, and it's a fragrance created by Olivier Pescheux, who passed away last year or the year before. He does some great work. He used to work for Givaudan. He's done a lot of diptyque fragrances, and this is an awesome boozy fragrance. And if you like warm, spicy, aromatic, spicy, ambery, boozy fragrances, you're really going to dig this one, especially if you like the idea of whiskey. This has notes of Yuzu, Eucalyptus, Menthol, whiskey, Anise, Lavender, Rose, Cedarwood, Vetiver, Oakwood, Patchouli, and Musk. So we shipped out the kits last week, and if you got your kit and you are enjoying this one, there's also a 10% discount code, which I have linked in the info box. So check that out if you're in the market to buy a bottle of PROAD's. It's PROAD Parfum, and it's Blue Whiskey on the Rock in an old-fashioned glass. Let me know if you've enjoyed this fragrance and what your thoughts are on it. Add a comment below. Let's move on to the next fragrance. So next, it's the fragrance TAIPEI from One Day. This is the second feature of One Day fragrance in a kit, and it's a bit unusual, not your conventional fragrance. It is a savory gourmand, and it utilizes the notes of rice, soy milk, taro, Guaiac wood, iris, musk, vetiver, and sandalwood. So yeah, it is a bit unusual. It's so different than anything I've smelled, but such an addicting smell. I mean, the first time I smelled this was at Ministry of Scent, and I knew the work of Michael Wong and the brand One Day. We featured oolong tea in the kit about 2 years ago, and it's a great smoky, jasmine-y, tea-focused fragrance. Really love that. I love the brand, and they have some great fragrances, very original smells, and it's Michael Wong, the perfumer and the brand owner as well. So it's a bit more on the indie, artisanal side of fragrances, but if you open up your palette to something like this, it's a really awesome experience wearing it. It is unusual, different, not your conventional fragrance. You would never find something like this at a department store like Macy's. I don't think this is a fragrance that would be in a bottle of, let's say, Jean Paul Gaultier or Dior or Versace. So it's different than what we normally smell. But I'm kind of very curious to discover more savory gourmands. And savory referring to something salty, not sweet. And that's exactly what One Day is. Let me know if you got your kit and what your thoughts are. Add a comment below. Sadly, I don't have a discount code for One Day's TAIPEI, but I do have a link to Ministry of Scent. You can buy your fragrance there. Last and final fragrance in the kit, it is Filthy Musk by Born to Stand Out. This is an animalic fragrance, and it's quite musky, but it's also sweet, fruity, and boozy. So maybe the kit is a bit on the daring side. Do let me know what your thoughts are. Is this just way too much musk and animalic notes for you to appreciate? I'd like to find out. I enjoy animalic fragrances to an extent. I don't like them to be extremely overwhelming. I find the filthy musk to be just a right balance. There's enough sweetness and booziness and fruitiness that balances out the musky animalic notes that are in filthy musk. This is a fragrance created by Margaux Gourmand, and it features the notes of pineapple, honey, animalic musk, patchouli, nutmeg, jasmine absolute, vanilla, caramel, ambroxan, gray amber, tonka, rum, civet. Yeah, civet. Yeah, civet might be a bit challenging, and when I put this kit together, I knew that this might not be very crowd pleasing. And if you're curious to learn more about civet, I do have a video on the channel. You can go catch the collection of fragrances in that video. Of course, Filthy Musk is featured in that video. And again, just wanted to let you guys know that the kit is out and selling. It's in the store. It's number 15. And the kit features 3 samples. It's about 5.5 ml atomizers. And the kit is easy to travel with. Or you can take the samples out and travel with just the samples. And this is the 15th kit we've done. It's been 3 years that we've been doing the kits. And we also have 14 available, which is this right here. And 14 is a really great collection of fragrances as well. Really awesome. And the way the kits work, they're definitely some of the fragrances that I really enjoy. Newer fragrances, but some are classics. But what we have here, definitely very new launches. These launched late last year or early this year. So it's Cocktail Appalachias from L'Orchestre Parfum, Essential Parfums Bois Imperial Extrait, and then we have Vanilla Mudslide by the House of Blender Graffi. I'm absolutely head over heels for this fragrance. Super long lasting, super sexy. It's almonds and vanilla. There is something smoky in there, a bit like tobacco, but more ashy smoky rather than tobacco leaf. It's really long lasting, really great projection, and addicted with that. But I think 2 fragrances in 14 are really intense and really long lasting. And then of course, Cocktail Appalachias is this really boozy, nutty, and woody fragrance that is really wonderful to wear as well. They both are, I mean, all 3 fragrances are really super potent, and that's what's in 14. So again, the kits are selling. We've got 2 kits in the store. And also, I do want to let you know, we have some fragrances from past kits in the store that are not part of kits anymore. So we have the atomizers selling individually, as you can see, like this, but just the atomizers themselves, not with a kit of these 6 fragrances. And I'm going to let you know those fragrances right now. We have Imperial Peacock. This is it from the house of Alexandre J. Oh man, this stuff is good. To me, I just recently started noticing with this fragrance because I wear it a lot. I have some samples from the kits, and I carry it around with me because I love doing that. And carrying a lot of bottles with me is a bit too much, but the samples are easier. And then also if somebody says, hey, I like what you're wearing, I hand them whatever's remaining in my sample. But lately I've been noticing with Alexandre J's Imperial Peacock, it's giving me some barbershop vibes. I don't know if anybody's gotten that. Kind of like a Amber Fougere like vibe from Imperial Peacock. It's an awesome fragrance. But speaking of barbershop-y fragrances, we have some of Rogue Perfumery's Mousse Illuminée in the store. Super green, super mossy, a bit petrichor, but barbershop-y take on an awesome, amazing fragrance created by Manuel Cross of Rogue Perfumery. I've been a fan of this since 2019 when I first bought my bottle from Lucky Scent. I bought this in Chypre Siam. This one is, to me, one of the best fragrances I've ever put my nose on. Very original smell. People say it smells like Irish Spring. I'm not sure if it does. I think the idea is there, though, with Irish Spring, not necessarily the smell. There's a booziness in here as well. There's some Artemisia, but super fantastic, awesome fragrance. It's a unisex, but more masculine leaning, I guess, fougere. But I don't consider it like super masculine, but it is definitely leaning masculine. We have some also of L'Eau d'Immortelle from the house of Voyage Imaginaire. So I shot a video with the two ladies behind the brand. It was started by Annick Goutal's daughter. I don't know if you guys are aware of Annick Goutal fragrances. And then it was also started with her, the daughter of Annick Goutal, and also Isabelle Doyen, who also created fragrances for Annick Goutal. And so this is actually a beefed up take on their fragrance, Annick Goutal fragrance called Sable. It's Immortelle. It's an Immortelle overdose, but it's got chocolate and patchouli, and it's ambery, but dry, autumn-like. Super amazing fragrance, this stuff. I was a fan of Sable before, but I felt like it's gotten reformulated too much. It's thin, but here it's beefed up and really intense and super concentrated, and you can smell the difference. But it's also not identical to Sable, but the idea is similar. But it's got that chocolate and patchouli in there. It's ambery as well, very thick, and the beautiful color of the juice, as you can see. So this is an awesome scent. It reminds me of autumn. If you haven't tried that, do check that one out. If you haven't picked up the kit that was part of. There was late last year that launched. I believe it was the autumn kit. But this next fragrance was part of the summer kit last year. This is Fresh Passiflora. It's a peach fragrance. Peach as in the peach skin. It's juicy, it's tart, sweet, but also passion fruit. It's Fresh Passiflora. They're highlighting the passion fruit, which is Passiflora. But to me, it's more about the peach and the combination of the passion fruit. But super zesty, and it's one of the best peach fragrances I put my nose on. But on the tart side, unripened peaches kind of a thing. Because this is not super sweet and gourmandesque. It's more fruits in your face. Almost like a fruit juice. It's quite juicy. Fresh Passiflora is a really awesome fragrance from the house of Maître Parfumeur Gantier. Somebody recently commented and said their vintage version of this didn't smell like this. So maybe it has been reformulated and it has been modernized. But this is a original fragrance that was launched in 1988. So Maître Parfumeur Gantier is one of the OG classic niche houses. It was started by the man who started L'Artisan Parfumeur. And he sold L'Artisan, and then he went and launched this fragrance house. And it basically means, Maître Parfumeur Gantier means master perfumer and glove maker. And there's a whole story about gloves and perfume. If you guys don't know it, I'll have to say it another time. But Fresh Passiflora is awesome if you haven't tried that one. That's also available in the store. For an awesome fresh green fragrance, Malamata is super awesome. I don't know if you guys have tried that. It's a Dominique Ropillon creation. This was also featured last summer. It's super green and viney, and it's a bit tomato leaf-like. It's also maybe distantly related to something like Synthetic Jungle. Both perfumers are from IFF. It's Anne Flippo for Synthetic Jungle, Synthetic Nature. This is Dominique Ropillon. They're both from IFF. But this to me seems a bit fresher and not as floral. The flower is here. I think we have Lily of the Valley here as well. And even though I feel like they're utilizing similar notes, they're smelling different, but similar idea, if that makes sense. But the Synthetic Nature, Synthetic Jungle is a lot thicker. This one's a lot thinner. So it wears fresher, if that makes sense, but super awesome. It's apparently an award winner in France for their Fragrance Foundation Awards, I think. But I was happy to be able to get this fragrance to feature in the kit because the brand's not really represented here too much. Rousse and Rousse. Are you guys familiar with this house? But really awesome to be able to feature this awesome creation by Dominique Ropillon. And I know green fragrances are probably not fragrances that a lot of folks are into, but if you like the smell of vegetation, if you like the smell of going to parks and trees and flowers and things like that, you'll really like this one. So this is Malamata from the house of Rousse and Rousse. We have those available in the store as well, not with a kit, individually. And the last fragrance that we have individually available as well is Room 1015's Wave Child. So this was very popular launch last year. It's a bit candy fruity, a bit watery marine aquatic, but it's super candy-like, watermelon candy, almost like watermelon bubblegum. And that's the idea with this fragrance. It's a fun and playful fragrance created by Jerome de Marino for Room 1015, which I think Room 1015 is using his perfumes now quite a bit. So Wave Child, and it was Jasmine Freak. I think the new one's called Love-O-Matic. I smelled it recently before it launched. Really enjoyed that kind of musky, clean smell because it's about laundry, Love-O-Matic. Yeah, that's an awesome fragrance. I'm going to have to review that one for you guys soon. But Wave Child, definitely, if you like that kind of candy fruitiness, bit marine kind of, because it's watermelon. So there is a bit of an ozonic marine thing happening, but it's not like fish. It's just kind of the idea with the fact that the fruit that they're using creates that kind of an accord in fragrances. Definitely check this one out. But you got to be into candy type of fragrances. It's definitely candied, but super fruity. And there's a creamy undertone. I think there's also coconut in here. So it wears creamy cozy as well, in addition to the fact that it's fruity and that kind of marine aquatic thing happening. But that's Wave Child. That's the last fragrance that we have available in the store as well. Yeah, just giving you guys an update in case you missed out on my video and or the emails. 15 is selling now. Get your kits before we actually close the store down. Yeah, that's another thing I wanted to say. Since I will be traveling in Europe, the store will close on Wednesday. So if you're in the market for any fragrances, please head over to the store and pick them up, because in the morning of Wednesday, we're going to close the store and we'll probably open it back up in 2 weeks and maybe 2.5 weeks, because I think my trip is about 3 weeks. So we'll start, fulfilling orders again then. We don't want to keep the store open and people buying things and, we're not shipping for 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks, and people are getting upset. So the store will close, so nothing will be available for purchase. And if you're in the market for any kits or any individual samples, get them, because we only have kit 15 and 14 and the individual fragrances, as I said, that I just told you about. Anyway, thanks so much for watching today's video. Hopefully you guys will take advantage and get the kits. I'll come back with another video for you guys tomorrow. Please hit the like button and also subscribe and click the bell icon. The like button will help with the algorithm. See you later, guys. Bye-bye.